just get the volume up. Okay. Hi everyone. Hi everyone on Instagram and Facebook. It's been so long since I've done a live. It's I think been about 1.5 months. So as you join me, tell me where you're joining from, how you're feeling today. Give me the best word that describes how you feel. The best word that describes your mood. So just let me know in the comments how you're feeling as we wait a few moments for others to join us. So I'm like 1 minute late because I was battling with Instagram. I always battle with Instagram when it comes to doing live. So I don't know whether anyone has problems with Instagram going live, but I do. But anyway, as I said, as you're joining me, tell me where you're joining from, how you're feeling, give me the best word to describe how you feel, both Facebook and Instagram. I'm going live. Okay, this is my new live session, Thursdays at 5 p.m. It's called A Meaningful Midlife. So those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Daniel. I'm a yoga teacher and I'm a personal trainer. I also am a Reiki healer and I also am a writer. Okay, and I believe our midlife is the most important time of our lives, and it's a great time to begin investing in our wellness if we haven't already. So that's what the Meaningful Midlife is all about. Okay, my Meaningful Midlife sessions is to help us invest in our wellness. Yeah, hi. Okay. For our midlife and beyond. Okay, so beyond should be the greatest chapter of our lives, and we want to be ready for it. So I mean, if you haven't started already, investing in our wellness, in our health, in our midlife should be really, really important. So if you're interested in beginning your journey in wellness, fitness of the body and mind, okay, these sessions are for you. A Meaningful Midlife will explore different modalities of wellness for us in our middle age to help bring calm, clarity and confidence to you. Okay, I will let you know in the week beforehand whether you would need, whether we're doing movement that week. I think this month we're not doing any movement at all because this month is Self-Care September. So today's session is all about self-care. Okay. So what is self-care? What you can do, what I think self-care is. Of course, you know, everyone has got their own ideas of what self-care is. And I'll be telling you what I think as a yoga teacher, as a personal trainer, what self-care is about. Okay, so awesome. Okay, great. So let me just share with you. Self-care to me is taking care of yourself so that you can have the health and wellness to help and care for others, to do what is necessary in your life, okay, like your job, and to do all the things you need to do to accomplish, all the things you need to do and to accomplish during your day. So that is what is meant by self-care for me, okay. Self-care has become increasingly important as more and more people get on the hamster wheel of work. So you know what the hamster wheel is, right? Because I've been on it. I sometimes still am on it. But you know, hamster wheel of work is you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you battle traffic, you handle stresses of work, handle stresses of relationships, office as well as personal. Then you finish your work, battle traffic again, head home, deal with more relationship stresses, and all the while juggling your tasks, both work and personal. And that's the hamster wheel. Does it sound familiar to you? So let me know in the comments if this is what you're experiencing, because I know a lot of people are experiencing the hamster wheel of work. So and they don't take time for self-care. Okay. So an interesting thing that was reported is that the number of searches in Google Trends for self-care has more than doubled, okay, since 2015. So 6 years, it has more than doubled, and this is a worldwide phenomenon. So you know, Google Trends is worldwide. So it seems that aside from COVID, we have another pandemic to battle with, which is anxiety, stress, and also maybe depression. So that's why more and more people are seeking to find out more about self-care. So as I said, September is all about self-care. I'll be sharing with you every Thursday, and actually on the other posts, the non-live sessions as well, we'll be talking about self-care in different areas, different components of self-care. So for me, self-care has three vital components, which is physical, emotional or mental, okay, and community. So when I say emotional, yes, it also includes mental, and there is a fourth bonus component because I love bonuses. So there's a fourth bonus component for me, and that is also spiritual self-care. Okay, care for your spiritual side. Okay, and I think that's important for a lot of people as well. So you should be looking at these three components at least, which is physical, mental or emotional, and community care, as well as if you want spiritual care for your spiritual side. Okay, so let's look at the first thing, which is physical. So when I say physical, I don't mean, you know, as a midlifer, if you're in a midlife, and then you should join a boot camp straight away if you've never exercised before, or you should start CrossFit. Okay, I don't mean that. Although that is an option. Okay, what I mean is that we have sufficient physical wellness that we are and hopefully will remain functionally independent as we move on with life. Okay, and this actually means that you should have a strong core and sufficient balance and stability to prevent falls, okay, and prevent accidents. We should have sufficient muscular strength to be able to climb stairs or carry heavy groceries and not having to rely on other people. And this means we also should have sufficient cardiovascular health, that we can just do housework or go for walks or travel. You know, when a lot of retirees like to travel. We would like to have these kind of components in our lives, not just now, definitely, and also in the future, right? So my suggestion is you go for walks. Okay, so unless you're in total lockdown, you wouldn't be able to go for walks. But if you are in like a semi kind of movement control, you'll be able to go for walks. You can go to the parks. Okay, you can park far. Okay, park far. Like say you're gonna go buy grocery, park far and walk. Provided it's safe. Okay, don't do it at night, or if you're a single female, maybe don't do that. But you know, don't try to minimize the amount of walking you should do. Okay, even like I live in Malaysia, so Malaysia is warm, but you know, a lot of people want to migrate to places which are warm, so we should actually enjoy the warmth and we should actually exercise and walk, okay, right? And don't try to minimize using stairs unless you have some kind of structural problem with your anatomy. Okay, so take the stairs, don't take one lift up, you know. Since the pandemic last year worldwide, we've all gone in lockdown and I've avoided lifts, so I climbed 7 stairs, okay, 7 stories when I go down to the grocery and come back up. Okay, again, I'm not suggesting you should do that, but it's an option if you feel that you have the ability to do that. Okay, so use the stairs, climb, park far. And those who are joining us, thank you so much. We're talking about self-care, right? So don't forget to also stretch, okay? Because stretching is important. Flexibility and mobility is important for you. And don't make excuses, okay? Because your body is your home for the duration of your entire life, okay? You can't make an exchange. You can't go and exchange your body for somebody else, okay? So that's my take on physical care, self-care for your physical self, okay? And that You know, just like your car or just like your anything that you use, you need to maintain it, right? So your body needs to be maintained. You need to exercise weekly, regularly, okay? Maybe not every day, but um, 4 3 4 times a week. I do 6 times a week. Again, that's just an option. I'm not saying you should do that. Okay, let's move on to emotional and mental care. So for me, you would look at emotional and mental care. Uh, the things that you want to do is to mitigate your anxiety and stress. Okay, because stress is a killer. Stress, over if you have stress for too long a time, you might end up with other kind of physical problems like heart problems, high blood pressure, things like that, and that of course leads to other things like strokes and heart attacks. And so it's good to actually look at your emotional and mental care right now in your 40s. I mean, in your 40s, when we're in the 40s and midlifers, we're kind of like a little bit settled down with our businesses, a little bit settled down with our family and our children if we have any, or with so we actually should try to look at that. Okay, try to mitigate the stress. So activities that you could do for your mental or emotional self-care. Okay, just what you do is after that it leaves you feeling whole. Okay, so whole meaning like not H-O-L-E, W-H-O-L-E. Okay, so whole. And this includes things like going for walks in nature. Okay, so walking in nature, it's been proven that if you spend time outdoors in nature, it just helps you feel better, it helps you feel whole. Okay, reading. Okay, just reading for recreation, which is what I do, or reading for betterment also can be self-care. Taking a soothing bath, aromatherapy, journaling is a fantastic form of mental emotional self-care. And for really, really great long-term benefits, my suggestion is you practice certain forms of mindfulness or meditation. So mindfulness, you can even practice mindfulness as you walk. Okay, mindful walking in nature. You're just immersed in those moments that you are there outside. You're not thinking about other things. You're not thinking about work or whatever. Okay, so just consider this for your mental emotional care. Okay, and thirdly, what we are looking at is community care, or care within the community. And when I say community, I mean social. Okay, because human beings are social creatures. So I'm really, I'm an introverted person, I'll tell you that. And I know it seems funny, right? I'm a fitness trainer, fitness coach, yoga teacher, and I'm introverted, but it's true because originally I was a writer. Okay, so writers are usually introverts. And I had to become extrovert to do the work that I do because I really, really want to help people feel better, okay, and move better. But I was really, really stressed. For example, I was really, really stressed Monday, Tuesday because of a corporate workshop that I did yesterday. And I found that firstly, I read throughout the whole of yesterday. I finished the whole book in less than 24 hours, a thriller, okay? But, that's self-care. But what happened is I was so stressed on Tuesday, and what the difference it made to me is that I taught a yoga live stream class on Tuesday evening, and seeing my community, being with my community, helping them, and they giving me their energy back, they being supportive of me, they didn't know I was stressed, and they, I left that class feeling so much better, okay? Hey, Shaf Joy. So, so when you're talking about self-care, you're also talking about, just being with people who support you, being with people whom you love. So sometimes our family may not I mean, they love us, but they may not necessarily be supportive of us, and they may feel you work, they may make you feel worse after spending time with them. So what I'm talking about is being with people that help you feel better. So I'm not talking about enablers though. I'm talking about people who will constructively criticize you or give you criticism when you need it and back off when you don't, you know. So we need, so and especially during this period of time when we're in lockdown, we don't see each other, we don't see our group, our friends, and we don't go out socially so much. It's really important for us to connect, okay? And the only way that we can do that safely, or in some countries legally, is online, like I'm doing with you guys. So, so connect to people. So that's the third form of self-care we're talking about today. The first was physical, second was mental, and the third was care within the community socially. You can check that in the replay. Okay, and then finally, as an end note, we'll talk briefly about spiritual self-care, care for your spirit, okay? So spiritual self-care doesn't necessarily mean religious, although there can be an overlap, not that there is an overlap, there can be an overlap. And the spiritual according to the dictionary definition means relating to, consisting of, or affecting the spirit, okay? So spiritual self-care can mean anything we just discussed. So if you feel spiritually rejuvenated after going for a walk, or if you feel spiritually rejuvenated after spending time with people who love and support you, if you feel spiritually rejuvenated after journaling, after meditating, after, you know, doing your high intensity interval training or going for a run, that is spiritual self-care, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that now because I'm not going to talk about religious stuff. Okay? I'm just talking about your spirit, and your spirit does need to be rejuvenated. So this is just a brief overview of my take on self-care. We'll be talking about self-care throughout September. Next week, hopefully, we'll have no, not next week, hopefully. I plan to have the mindfulness doctor joining me, Robin, okay? And she's really good because she's a medical doctor, a yin yoga teacher, she is a mother of 3, she's a mindfulness practitioner, and she has incredible self-care tools that she will be able to share with us, and that she will share with us next week, she promised. So I'm saying this now. So Robin, you have to deliver next week, okay? And yeah, so we'll be going through that. There won't be any movement this whole month. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments, or you can private or direct message me. And yeah, so that's it for this session. It's a short session because there's no movement. Usually there's some movement during the yoga lunchbox, which is now discontinued. Okay, so if self-care is something that's important to you, please check out the free Mindful Mornings mini course that I have. The link is in the bio or on Facebook. It's the pinned post. Okay, in addition, if you like, you can check out my on-demand yoga subscription that can help you on the road to a mind-body connection and betterment, and better self-care physically as well as maybe emotionally and spiritually. Okay, the link is also in the bio. And for Facebook, you can check it. You can check out the link in my about. Okay, so that's it. I look forward to seeing you next week together with Robin, the Mind Fitness Doctor. She's got great tips for us next week, right? So looking forward to seeing you. Thanks so much for being with me. Hey, namaste everyone. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to end the live now. I'm ending Facebook because that's always easier. So I'm ending Facebook first, and then I'm going to end Instagram. And now.